Some people are just compelled to make things. They think with their hands and they have ideas that are important to them and they need to make some kind of manifestation of what they're thinking about. I'm one of those people, and I believe in the power of objects, the power of material to communicate ideas to oneself and to others. Hi, I'm Mark Zirpel from the West Coast my whole life. Seattle is where I live now. Spent about half my life in Alaska. I got involved with art early on, like in junior high school. I would say I took an interest in drawing. Was my entrance into art, and I earned a BFA in drawing from the University of Alaska, and then earned a Master of Fine Arts at the San Francisco Art Institute in printmaking. In 1994, I moved to Seattle, and I got a job for the summer at Pilchuck Glass School running a print shop, which exposed me to a whole field of art making I knew nothing about, that of glass. And so I just started absorbing what was going on around me, and I was working kind of part 2D, part 3D, making more and more sculpture, and I just thought, this looks like a very useful material for some of the things I'm working on. And one thing led to another, and I became more and more interested and picked up some skills on how to use glass to serve my needs, and it's just been kind of expansion on that. In general, the making of art to me is a process of asking questions and then formulating answers. Ask a question, formulate many answers, and then narrow that down to a specific direction. Then it usually gets put into a drawn form, a lot of sketching, a lot of note-taking, a whole wide range of different ways that I might approach this idea via materials, via processes, different sort of organization of elements. I make lots of failed attempts, but if I can't recognize what I should be doing, I can recognize what I shouldn't be doing. So this process is one of kind of uncovering the proper way to proceed in this inquiry. So the sketches and writing and digging up different kinds of information that can inform these ideas form a really critical part of the whole making process. This piece, Pear, behind me, that was chosen for the Raphael Prize, I think addresses the idea of transformation in a few different ways. One, this piece speaks of a relationship between these two objects, and the objects stand for human beings. So the whole notion that a relationship with another being is transformative, I mean, that's at the heart of this piece, that there's a dependency between them, and there's a fluid that connects them. And the movement of what's over here, over to here, and back and forth, this kind of shared elixir, that's what animates them and makes their viability possible. Another way that I have thought of transformation is the way that objects can stand for ideas. In art, we can use certain materials or certain actions to stand for something other than what they are. That is the case in this. If we were to take this piece and disassemble it and examine what it was made out of, you'd find very little. A motor, some glass, some latex gloves, some tubing, and it would just be a collection of parts. But the joy of making this piece, Pear, and I think in large degree the joy of making art is to take these materials and make them more than what they are. In a case like this, I think part of the charm is that the materials are so evident. There's some whimsy in the fact that these simple things can be put together and mean something more than what they are as materials. So the simplicity of it, I think, is one of its qualities. The question of how might a piece like this transform the viewer, I think it's an underlying responsibility of art that we make art that questions the assumptions of a viewer about what art is. If somebody walks into a museum or a gallery, they see something they don't like. They don't like it because it doesn't validate their assumptions of what art is. And so they need to address what are their assumptions and how might this be viewed as art. Art asks you to be open to what could be, rather than just saying that can't be because it doesn't satisfy what I think it should be. So the viewer is a critical part of this equation. Winning the Founders Prize means a great deal to me. Of course, there's a monetary award, which is definitely important, but also I think it takes a lot of energy to continue devoting your efforts to making things that just happen in your studio. It's a real pat on the back, the recognition, and it just makes me think, I wish a lot more artists could be patted on the back and encouraged. We have to do it ourselves, and when an institution does it, it's really important. So I'm honored. I really am honored, and I hope to continue it. And there's nothing like, the benefits of the Raphael Prize to do that. So I'll continue doing this as long as I can keep doing it. It doesn't make much sense as a livelihood. It doesn't make any sense as a livelihood. So recognition is great, and to be awarded some money for doing what I love is I will continue. So, thank you. Probably a good reaction to my work is when somebody says, "What the hell is this?"